Good morning. Oh, it's weird to say that. Welcome back. I am live. Let me know where you're watching from. Hi, Chelsea. So I have not been live in a very, very long time. So for that, sorry. Because I know some of you like to keep up with what I'm doing and how bonkers I am most of the time. But yeah, so let me just, rearranging. I've got a new stand for my iPad and it's very odd. So I'm just checking, seeing who's there, trying to see the comments on the iPad. But yeah, so it's been a bit crazy, a bit busy. If you haven't heard, the Hyperlights community, Chelsea, you need to rest up given the weekend. So the Hyperlights community is now offering, and there's going to be loads of stuff coming out over the next few weeks, but we are offering one-to-one coaching. Oh, do you know what? I can't believe that guys, one of the things that I like to believe, and someone confirmed this for me, is if you don't feel imposter syndrome, you're not in it for the right reasons. So I obviously feel quite like imposter mode of like, oh my god, how can I help people? I'm like me. And I'm very honest about what I do and how I manage my life. And if I'm completely honest, part of the coaching packages that I'll be offering is what I've done. It's the steps I've taken to go from being that Tumblr depressive person of hate life to actually, okay, I've got a future, and I'm gonna get somewhere, and I'm gonna do something, and I'm gonna make myself proud. Don't care if I make anyone else. Like, Chelsea, thank you so much for being proud of me, but I'm doing this like, it's quite selfish. I am doing it for me, because I want to help people. And if I help people, I've achieved what I wanted to do. Like, anyone who knows me knows that I've trained to be a teacher. I've spent since 2015 learning about the education system, all the different things of how to teach children and young people, and I'm not going to lose that. Like, how to set up a facilitating environment for children or people is generally the same. Understanding the learning cycle of an individual is the same, whether it's a child or an adult. And it's quite exciting to kind of think about the different ways I can take this. So I'm going to be doing one-to-one coaching. I've got coaching packages. I've got an online coaching community launching. And it's exciting. Like, I'm chuffed. I can't do much. I'm just going to go into teaching, and like, that's it for the rest of my life. Kind of changing that and being like, oh, okay, this is a bit novel. This is a bit different. But like, some of the things that I worked on for myself and I want to work with people on is understanding yourself, being able to put a routine in place that means that you can't be like overtaken by overwhelm. Like, for me, if I don't plan it, it doesn't get done. So let's give you a little sneak peek, because people always think that my calendar is a bit crazy. If I go to month, like, so that is my month. It's a bit busy, and then I can turn it. And that's this week. And if it's not in there, if it's not written down somewhere or in my electronic calendar, it's not happening. And that's what I want to show other people, is that you can, like, I've got time to get up in my calendar. I've got a buffer in the morning so no one can book time with me before 10 a.m. Because if Chelsea, if you're still watching, I'm sure you'll agree, 10 a.m. is like, before 10 a.m, it's get up, get a coffee, check my emails, make sure that I'm ready for the day. Like, that's my setup time. So no one can book before 10 a.m. because I don't want that. And it's understanding where you have that time, where you can fit things in, and what you want to do to move yourself forward. So for me, I know that I want to go to certain networking meetings a week because they're the ones that give me the most joy during networking. Because why network when you're not happy? Like, I hate this thing of making sure you refer to the people in the room, or like, I like to build connections. I'm a people person. I like talking to people, helping people, expanding people's experience and understanding, and actually showing people that your maturity and character, very different things, but they're your own choice. So for me, I'd say, and I'm pretty sure some will agree if you're watching this on replay, remember hashtag replay or comment live, I think most of you will agree that I'm quite childish, but that's my choice. Like, I don't want to be an adult, because what is being an adult? It's not something you learn, it's not something you can understand easily, you just have to do it. But when I'm working, when I'm talking to people, when I'm mucking about, that's when I'm at my happiest. So why would I do something that doesn't make me happy? And there's stuff like modifying what you believe in. So a lot of what you think and do right now is based on beliefs you developed when you were a child. And that's... I know it isn't age. Were you... Exactly, Sophie. It's not something... Like, the way you act and the way you feel, like age is a number and all that, is a choice. And you need to protect the 8 areas of your life, or the 7 areas of your life. And that's where you need to focus on. So I've got... Right, you're going to see like how forgetful I am at doing my monthly reviews. I swear I have done one. But like, so that one, we'll show you that one because I haven't written in it, but like, those are your 8 areas of life. Some of them mixed together, but if you're not hitting that top mark or having an even spread of those sections of your life, it's gonna wear you down. It's gonna lead to things like burnout, things like different, like, it's just gonna not be easier. And let's be fair, life is hard enough anyway. So making it easier is probably the best thing we can do, and going through it with a little bit of a, I don't care what's going on. Like, 2 people fighting in the street. Is that affecting me? No. If they come onto the property and start damaging things, then it affects me. If they are shouting at me, that affects me. But the way I react and the way I act in general is still down to me. And it's understanding your core values. So I believe that everyone should be able to be educated. I think that I like to inspire people. I believe I can inspire people to make better choices in life. Because I've made the mistakes. I've spoken to people and they're like, I'm really struggling with managing my money, managing my mental health, managing self-care. I don't know how to do this, or I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to a lot of things. So apps, software, different, like, people probably don't know this, but I build websites on the side for people, well, for friends, that I don't charge for because I like that techie side. And yes, it's a distraction from my own work. But it's sometimes you need something like that. Sometimes you need something to take your mind off it, then you come back and it's refreshed. I took a couple hours off the other day, had a chat with someone, and came back with a name of a program I wanted to run. And it's those little moments of distraction that when you come back and focus, you've got fresh mind. So blocking your day out in, say, like 45 minutes and then 15 minutes, do whatever you want. Do it in that system and build it up from there, because your brain isn't wired to just do long periods of time of thinking and trying to work. You need to give your brain a rest. Yes, it's stretching your brain by trying to do loads of work in one go, but it's not going to have the same payoff. It's the idea of putting your mask on first. You've got to protect your own energy before you give it to something else or let someone else take that from you. So for me, I spend, after say 9 o'clock, I'm off, I'm done, and I don't start till 10 because that's when I want to build my morning energy. That's when I want to build up that motivation and energy to carry on with my day. So I work for about 10 till 6, 7 most days. But it's my choice. That's what I choose to do. The days that I do work into 7, 8 o'clock, that's because I've got certain things I want to do. Most days, let me look at my calendar again because I live by it. Most of my work is done by about 7. So I work until 7. I don't properly start work until maybe 9, 10 o'clock. But none of my meetings will start before 10. I don't do it. And it's my own situation, and everyone's different. I know this, you know this. But it's owning what you do. Yes, I'm not your typical life coach. You look at me and you're like, are you? Well, that's how my brain thinks people see me. Other people might say, oh my god, how does he know all of this? But it's more the fact that I don't like not knowing things. So when I got told that I couldn't do something, that's when I trained as a life coach. That's when I did my NLP. And it's from those bits that I'm like, yeah, no, more people should know about this. One of my favourite analogies for kind of acceptance of what's going on around you is when you're sat in a car and there's someone going in front of you really speed limit or slower. What the hell, that person's a numpty. Because you're sat behind that one, you're also going that speed. So the person behind you, who's right on your tail, is thinking you're the numpty. And you think that they're a maniac. But then the person you're right behind also thinks you're a maniac. So in those situations, who's the maniac and who's the numpty? That kind of went in my head and I was like, why do I care? The speed limit's there. I'll follow it and whatnot. So if you haven't seen me before, and I'm surprised if you haven't, bear with me, I'm on the wrong screen. So, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a insight into what I now talk about at networking as well, because the amazing Caroline Andrew Johnston has helped me craft an amazing pitch, I think. So, if you are watching, please give feedback on this. So, hello, I am Andrew Porteous of the Hyperlights community. I help people overcome the overwhelm associated with stress of life's everyday tasks. Through my unique one-to-one coaching, together we will put in place simple strategies and systems to make life a whole lot easier. With my own experience with personal and time boundaries, I was forced to develop a system of which I am delighted to say is now being utilised effectively by a number of my clients. Now, anyone watching this on replay or live, I would love to have a chat with you if you think you need to get over the overwhelmed feelings you're having. So if you think you need a little bit of support, a little bit of guidance, please do reach out. I will pop a link in the description, chat, whatever we get to, in the different places I'm streaming to, and just have a chat. Like, there's one thing that someone I know called Stefan. He said, the best things start with a small conversation. And it's mental. So, I've been talking for nearly 20 minutes. I thank you for watching, whilst you've been watching. Thank you for listening. I hope I haven't waffled on. And if you want to get over the overwhelm of your life, and try and get some systems in place to get you sorted and on the road to success, please do drop into my messages or pop a message on the chat here. All my links will be everywhere, probably. And I will catch up with you all soon. Have a great morning. Bye-bye.